20% of Americans do not have any savings at all or are saving nothing at all. Today, we are talking about saving money. And in particular, I am wanting to invite you along as I take part in two savings challenges. I am saving for a special occasion, and I want to invite you to come along with me. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Seb Talks Money. Today, we are talking about savings, which goes right along with our theme for this channel, which is building wealth, crushing debt, and gaining financial freedom. So again, today we're talking about savings because I am taking part in two savings challenges, and I am inviting you to come along with me as we save. I am wanting to save for two things. I am wanting to save for my publishing to cover the publishing costs for my book, and also for a special occasion. Now, this is in addition to my regular savings. I'm already doing my savings out of my paycheck, going to my savings account every time I get paid. I'm already saving for other things, but this is in addition to that. This is a special savings challenge that I'm wanting to do, and I want to invite you along. So before I start, let me jump in the comments and see who's here and who's saying hello. Hi, Beverly. Thank you so much for joining us today. All right, so I'm going to share my screen, and let me jump in my screen, and I am going to share the spreadsheets that I'm using. And I last week I talked about the budget spreadsheets, and for some reason, okay, why is this not sharing? Go back. Stop sharing and start sharing again. Okay, the spreadsheets went away. Let me start over. Okay, start sharing, share screen, application. There you go. Share. So you should be seeing the spreadsheet. Okay, there you go. Okay. Hey, Stephanie from Stephanie's Journey. Please go follow Stephanie. She has a channel, so a YouTube channel. So please go follow her. And also Asian American Legal Focus. Please follow her. She does a lot of fun stuff with around legal matters. And Stephanie does a lot of unboxing. She talks about healthy eating. And so please go follow Stephanie. Hey, Sid from Miami. All right, so let's jump in. And I'm going to share the spreadsheet. Now, I have 3 different spreadsheets that I'm going to be linking. And last week I promised about the budget sheet. My link is not working properly, and I'm hoping to have it fixed by the end of this week. So the budget spreadsheet will be linked, and also this savings challenge spreadsheet. So the first one I want to share is just a simple 52-week savings challenge. And what this does is gets us into the habit of saving. For those who don't save on a regular basis, it gets you in the habit of saving. So what you're going to do is the first week of the month, of the first week of the year, you're going to save $1. The second week, you save $2. The third week, you save $3. And cumulatively, by the third week, you have $6. By the fourth week, you'll have 10 because you're adding four more dollars. So you're saving based on the number of weeks. There are 52 weeks in a year, and by week 52, you'll be saving $52, and your total at the end of that period is $1,378. So this is just a standard saving challenge where you're saving based on the number of weeks in the month. Now, I'm going to do this one, and because I want to do it along with those who are trying to build up their savings in a slow way. But I'm also going to be doing this other one, which is a $2,500 challenge. And let me make sure that that's showing up on the screen. Perfect. Yes. So the $2,500 challenge, this one is 52. There are 52 squares on here, and you can mark off whichever one you want. So let's say at the beginning of the year, you get a bonus of $100 and you want to mark off $100 square, or you maybe want to mark off a $250 square, or maybe you want to mark off a $40 square and a $60 square. You don't have to wait. In any of the challenges, you don't have to wait to mark, okay, I'm going to take off $1 on the first week and let me wait until the second week. If you got $10, if somebody handed you $10 that you didn't have before, you can mark off whatever number of squares that equal $10. Because the focus or the intent of this challenge is for you to save $2,500 if you're doing this one, or $1,378 if you're doing this one, this challenge. So again, the intent is to save. It's not, you don't have to be sequential and save a set amount per week. Now, for some people, there might be a challenge to save based on your current income. So what you want to look at are options that are available for you to save money or to make money so you can set aside for savings. Now, before I go and talk about those, I want to show you another spreadsheet that I created, and this one is for kids. So if you have kids and you give them an allowance, you want to get them in the habit of saving. Create excitement around saving so they can see. Maybe you want to start with 25 cents. This one has 25 cents. Maybe you want to do 50 cents. Maybe you give them an allowance of maybe $2 per week or whatever the amount is. Show them how they can mark this off. Get them, print it off, put it in a prominent place, get them excited about saving, and let them understand the delayed gratification, because they're going to go to the store with you and they're going to see something and they're going to say, Mom, I want to get that. But you have to remind them, hey, remember you're saving for that Barbie doll. Remember you're saving for that Nintendo. Remember you're saving for whatever it is. So if you take that money out and buy some candy now, it's going to take longer to save for that doll, right? So what we want to do is we want to teach them the concepts of saving, the delayed gratification. And then we also want to teach them, get them excited about setting money and let them see the cumulative value of how it adds up. And they're getting to that, when they get to $100 or $30, especially for the smaller ones, when they get to like $30 or $10 or $15 and they've never seen that before, in their savings, because maybe you have a savings account for them, but this is something you're going to do where you're going to keep it in the house. It's going to be visible. For me, my saving, my little box that I'm going to be using is this little box. I'm using this little thing, and I'm going to be putting my money in there. And that's going to be my little saving for this special one. Again, I have my savings account set aside for my regular savings account, but this is going to be a special thing. And what I'm going to be doing is occasionally I am going to check in with you, and I am going to open up my little box and pull out how much is in it. And so we can kind of see, where are we on the trajectory to save, whether you're doing the $2,500 challenge or the 1358, or is it 1378? 1378 challenge, whichever one you're doing. Occasionally I'm going to check in with you to see how you are, and I will share with you where I am. And again, if your regular paycheck does not support you being able to save the extra, then let's talk about things that you can do to make a little bit of extra money so you can save for those special occasions. And again, I'm saving for a special vacation, and I'm also saving for to set aside money to cover publishing costs for my book. So whatever your savings goals are outside of your regular savings, or if you have not been saving, to start saving, whatever your goals are, you have to get that clear in your mind, because that's what's going to drive you. That's what's going to be your motivator to want to continue to save. So let's talk about some things that you can do if you don't have the bandwidth in your regular paycheck to save for this challenge. The first thing you can do is write up the things that you're doing well at work. Approach your boss. and show them your value and try to get a raise. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. So that's one thing you can do. The second thing you can do is you can look at different ways you can save money. There are a lot of online options for saving money. Look around your house and see what do you have that you can sell on Facebook Marketplace, Bacardi, is that the Marcardi? Whatever the name of that place is, eBay, Etsy, all those. There are so many things. You have Stephanie is here in the chat, and she has an Etsy shop. So she's doing different things that she's selling in the shop, and you would be surprised what people buy. There is a market for everything. So if it's something that you can create and set up an Etsy shop and be able to sell it to make that extra money to save for that goal, whatever that goal is. Maybe think about doing t-shirts. You don't even have to make them yourself. You can actually go on different sites and you can just draw up what it is that you want to have on your t-shirt. They take care of all the back office stuff, and basically all you get is a portion of whatever. So if the t-shirt is selling for $20, maybe you get $15. So there are different ways that you can make extra money to be able to meet the saving challenge. And we're going to talk about that at a later down in the week. I'm going to have somebody on who specializes in side hustling. So that you can learn different ways that you can save to make the money to be part of this challenge. Because I want to share with you some statistics that I found when I was doing this research. Nearly 70% of Americans have less than $1,000 saved. And a lot of people that you may see out in, living on the bridges and all of that, these may be people that all it took was one emergency for them to lose their home, lose their job because they don't have anywhere to live. They can't get to work. They lost their car, and they end up under the bridge, or they end up in a homeless shelter. We have a tendency to look down on people who are in less than the best situations, but by the grace of God, that could be me, that could be you. So all it takes is one emergency, one thing, a health emergency, something that can cause us to be that person that's under the bridge, that can cause us to be that person that lost their home, that caused us to be that one person that lost their job because now they don't have a car to get to the job. So these statistics are not to alarm anybody, but it's a way to wake us up, because we are a society of excess. I look around my house and I'm just like, why do I have all of these things that I have? We're a society of excess. So there are always ways to find, always ways to cut the fat, so to speak. Nearly 70% of Americans have less than 1,000 saved. Approximately 69% of Americans are saving 10% or less. Approximately 20% of Americans are saving nothing. And you can go to bankrate.com. You can go to any of the statistical websites, and you can find even more information on the savings rate in the United States. So we want to be able to not be part of the statistics, and there are things that we can do to help us not become part of the statistics. So let me jump into the comments and check to see what's going on. Hi, Brick Girls Go Stateside. That's another YouTube channel that I want you guys to check out. They have an awesome channel where they also interview people about their experiences. They are a mother and daughter team who are from Britain, and they're now living in the United States. So that's another channel to check out. So again, check out Asian American Legal Focus, Stephanie's Journey, and Brick Girls Go Stateside. Now, Judy is saying here, true, as a divorce attorney, I see a lot of people who have tons of debt. Yeah, and the thing is, it's for me, it's not so much that they have the debt, but it's that they are conscious of ways they can eliminate the debt. As I shared before in earlier sessions where I got into student loans, but I had no clue what I was doing. I ended up with student loans because my philosophy, not having grown up in this country and not knowing how the educational system worked, my philosophy was once I got my doctorate, I would be making buku money, and then I would be able to, knock out that student loan. But it doesn't really work like that, and that's why this channel exists, to provide education so we can learn how we can get out of debt smartly. And for those who haven't gone into debt, to help them find ways of either avoiding debt, or if you do get into debt, how to get out of it smartly. So let's recap. I am conducting a savings challenge, and I'll jump back into the spreadsheets again that I will link in the description of the video. The first challenge is where you're saving a number based on the week. So the first week of the year, you're saving $1. The second week of the year, you're saving $2. The third week, $3, and so on. And by the end of the 52-week period, you are saving 1,378. Now, this challenge, if you feel like you can't start in January, you can start in February. You can start in March. You can start the second week of January, the third week of February, whatever you as long as you start. The second challenge we have is to get your kids involved. Create a sense of excitement around saving. And whether you want to start with 25 cents, adding 25 cents per week to what money you're giving them, or if you want to start with 50 cents and then add 50 cents each week. But the intent is to get them excited about saving and let them see how money, when you save money, the cumulative effect of saving money. And then, of course, the third challenge is the one where you're saving for 52 weeks. You're going to be saving $2,500. You're going to choose a square each week. And as I said before, you don't have to do it each week. If you got $200 today, somebody gave you $200, or you got a bonus, you cross off as many squares as you want, because again, the intent is to get to $2,500, and it doesn't have to take you 52 weeks. If it doesn't, you may be able to do this twice for the year. You may be able to do 26 weeks or 20 weeks, and you've saved 2,500, and then you start it over and save another 2,500. But the first thing you want to do, whichever challenge you decide to take part in, the first thing you want to do is determine a goal. You want to make sure you have a goal, because if you don't have a goal, you will lose sight of what it is that you're trying to do. So I hope that was very helpful to those who are considering saving. If you have not saved any money before, or if you haven't gotten in the habit, because number one, we're trying to create a savings habit, and number two, we are trying to create a target, a goal, and we're trying to save for that goal. So Brick Girl goes stateside, saying, thank you for the lovely words about our channel. Appreciate you. I thought the exact things when I took out my student loan. Interested to hear what you have to say. Yes, I have a series of videos on student loans, because and I shared my journey, because when I took out student loans, I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't understand how they worked. I didn't understand that I could pay while I was in school. I didn't understand any of that. And I have several videos on student loans that go through that process, and then ways that we can pay down our student loans, and then also the different repayment types of student loans. And you see, you're saying here, more people need to learn that not all student loans will be exactly, because personally, I don't think the student loans that I got for my doctorate was worth it. Because if I had thought it through, I would have done something else. Now, and not to go the doctorate route. Or if I did, I would have gone to a public school rather than a private school. Yes. Yeah, that's Asian American Legal Focus. Yes, it is a tough market, and you have to weigh the pros and cons. Is it worth it? For some people, depending, if they have family help, if they have a lot of scholarships, and if they're going to a public school where the cost is less, then that's going to help. That's going to help to not get in as much debt as possible. And there's some careers that you get into, or some degrees that you get into, that it's difficult to work while you're doing it because it is so time consuming. And for me, I was already working, but again, I did not understand that I could have paid my interest while I was in school. And what happened is that interest was added onto the principal, and now I have a new principal, and so I'm paying interest on top of interest. And who wants to do that? So I want to make sure that nobody else does what I did. So thank you, everyone, for joining me. Again, I'll be checking in periodically with you to see how you're doing on the channel challenge, and I will share my results as I go along. And we're also going to be doing a credit challenge, so stay tuned for that. We're going to be doing a decluttering challenge, because as you know, from the beginning of the year, I shared with you my two words for 2021. One was declutter and one was alignment. So we're going to be I'm going to be doing a declutter challenge, and we're also going to be doing a credit challenge. And this is where you can soar your credit score based on the things that I'm going to be sharing. And Judy is saying here that, yes, public schools are usually much better deals. Private schools are usually predatory. Yes. I mean, the school I went to was a great school, but every semester the rate went up ridiculously. I'm just like, why is the rate going up that much? Because I'm sure you're not raising your teacher salary. And so I want to be able to share all of this information. So Judy's saying, great live stream. Have a nice week. Thank you, everyone, for dropping by. And please share. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you, and have a great rest of your Sunday.